Hey, when I ask you how your gym is doing, you probably say pretty good without even thinking about it. Or you might say, well, it's going along okay. But what picture is formed in your mind that you're using to measure how well your gym is doing? At Two Brain, we use a variety of metrics, but the key one is net owner benefit because a gym that's doing well is also paying you well. And that is the number one sign that your gym is healthy and strong, resilient, and it's going to be around for a long time. I'm Chris Cooper. This is Run a Profitable Gym. And today I want to show you who's doing the best at the metric net owner benefit. From among our 1,000 gyms worldwide, I want to talk about the top 10 gyms who paid themselves the most last month. Now, the reason that we're doing this is not because I want to highlight who the greedy gym owners are. That's ridiculous. Nobody gets into this business because they're greedy or they think that they're going to be a millionaire. And while we have shown that that is possible, the reality is that most of us get the majority of a reward from coaching other people to live longer, healthier, happier lives. That said, a metric that we want to look at for gym owners is going to be net owner benefit, because let's face it, the reason that people quit this industry is not because they lose their passion. They don't get bored with helping other people. They don't burn out on changing lives. They leave because of money. They might tell you it's another reason, like, oh, I rekindled my passion for selling real estate, or, well, my wife's dad offered me this amazing job selling Corvettes. They might say that, but the reality is that it always comes back to money. They might say something like, well, I had, after the third coach left and started their own gym, I was so mad. Well, they wouldn't have left if there was more money. I'm just tired of the stress and, fighting with my wife and working the long hours. All those problems are solved with money. Money doesn't solve every problem, but it sure solves the money problems. And today I'm going to tell you about 10 gyms who have really solved that money problem. These are the top 10 net owner benefit owners from the Two Brain family last month. And I'm going to give you their top tips too. So the reason that you want to stick around for this is not just to hear how much better everybody is doing than you are. The reason is that you want to learn from the best. Just like you want to learn from the fastest 5K runner in the world, first we got to figure out who that is. Then just like you want to learn from the best deadlifter in the world, we got to figure out who that is. Today I'm going to tell you who the top net owner benefit gyms are in the world. And then I'm going to share their top lessons with you. They have graciously given us their top tips, and here they come. So first, the top 10. The 10th gym was in Ireland, and these are all in USD. We adjust, for local currency to make sure that we're comparing apples to apples. Gym number 10 is from Ireland. The owner made $19,603 last month. That was take home. That's 1 month. That's not their gross revenue from all of the money that's coming into the gym. That's what they took home with them. Congrats. Amazing. From there, everybody was above 20,000. And we had a few gyms in the US. One hit 20,790. Congratulations. One hit 20,973. So they're at $183 ahead. Another hit 21,457. And number 6 hit 21,547. $90 difference in take home. Sell some more t-shirts. Number 5 was 21,817. Congratulations. Fourth place last month came from Norway, $23,923. Take home 1 month USD. And the top 3 were all in the US. Now, this is becoming more rare in our leaderboards. I'll share their numbers in a moment. But more and more, we see more international diversity in our leaderboards. We see some gyms from Mexico, for example, last month took the top spot for clients signed up. And I immediately got a call from the person in second place. And he's like, he's from the UK. I got to beat Mexico next month. Amazing. That's what we're after here. So the top 3, I hope, inspire you the same way that this gym owner from the UK last month was inspired by the gym owner in Mexico to do even better. Third place last month for net owner benefit was $24,740 US. That's 1 month. Second place was $28,919. Amazing. And first place last month cracked the $30,000 take home net owner benefit score. Amazing. They were also from the US. Let's start with what these gyms have in common. So first off, they're all using very simple but incredibly effective tactics. Nobody talked about running new or huge ad campaigns or complicated strategies for getting people in, or, I'll give you a discount if you bring your friend. None of that. They're just doing the right stuff repeatedly. So for example, and you'll hear this in my specific tactics from these gyms, generating referrals with regular bring a friend events. They're doing this right. They're not just having a free community workout on Saturday. Like, that doesn't work. They're not running a bring a friend day once every 3 years. They're doing it quarterly. They're doing it by the book. They're following our exact template to get people to come in, to come with their friend who's already in the gym, to book straight into a no sweat intro and then convert into a membership. There's a strategy to this. It's not just something you throw against the wall, and, doing it right makes all the difference. Next, all of these gyms are raising their rates annually. Now, that is really important because in times of high inflation, it's very common for a gym owner to just kind of forget to raise their rates. And, their clients are paying more for everything else, but they're not paying more for the gym at a time when it seems like they naturally should be. And so the cost of rent goes up, and the cost of heat and lights and power and insurance and everything else goes up. The loan costs go up. As inflation increases, the costs for the gym go up. And if they forget to raise their rates to match it, they're going to lose profit margin. They're going to go backward. They might even start losing more money. And it might mean the difference between breaking even and losing money. So these gyms were all raising their rates annually. Very interesting. All of them said that they focused on retention and service delivery. So not only are they offering a good product, which is like the minimum, right? We want everybody to do that. That's necessary, but insufficient for this kind of success. They were all doing that. But more than that, they were focused on keeping people around long enough to get the benefit from their service. Another one, this is all common, is like all these top 10 are moving beyond just running group classes to offering high value services like personal training, semi-private, or, for example, corporate programs featured largely. Okay. So 8 out of the 10 gyms on our leaderboard are in the US. There were a lot of people who repeated on this leaderboard over and over the last 4 months. But the number one gym was higher than normal because of a December bonus. Now, typically we don't do this. What we do is we take a 3-month running average because we want people who have had like consistent success. But in this case, that number one gym would have been among the top 3 anyway, even without the bonus. The bonus just pushed them up above 30,000. And that's such a great high watermark. I wanted to share it with you. Okay. So of this top 10, also one gym splits its total among 3 owners, but the overall amount is consistent. So if you're splitting $20,000 in take home across 3 owners, that's 3 people making a pretty good income. But if you're splitting $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month across 3 owners, that's 3 poor people. So it's really important. Like when you start a gym and you take partners, you want to make sure that everybody is contributing to the growth, because it's sometimes not a lot of money to split 3 ways. Okay. And sometimes the net owner benefit that might be sustainable for a single owner is not sustainable for 2 or 3. And then you get into this buyout thing where people are going broke and losing their stake. When you're taking a partner, you really want to ask yourself, like, is this partner going to add to my growth, or am I taking it because I feel scared and I want a buddy along with me? All right, let's talk quotes from these leaders. So first, there was a common theme, as always, about retention and service delivery. So the first leader said, we are building better connections with each member. Retention is improved and our churn is better. Our NOB number took us 12 months to get there, but we built that by building better retention. We built toward it. The next one is attendance tracking. So these people take retention to a deeper level. They said, we reach out each week if a client doesn't attend, and we reach out to every client every single month. I'm responsible for 160 CrossFit class members. Each month, I will come up with a prompt I'll use to text or call about 40 people a week. So that's interesting. They're texting about 8 people every single day. They've split up their membership across all of their coaches, and they're each responsible for about 150 each, right? That number just keeps coming up in the most successful gyms. And they make sure that they've got that one-on-one connection going. What is the ROI on this? Well, massive NOB. What's the investment? It's your time. You have to do it. Your staff has to do it. They have to be trained to do it well. And, you have to use like a prompt. You have to have a reason to start this conversation. Now, that's a lot of work. It's true. But here's the reality. While the people at the top of the NOB leaderboard haven't changed a lot in the last 4 months, what's interesting is that there are CrossFit gyms up there. And if you look historically over the last couple of years, you've seen that the gyms that are usually at the top of the NOB leaderboard are more semi-private. Their costs are low, their revenues are high, their profit margin is big. It's rare that you see this kind of NOB going to a CrossFit gym, because the challenge with CrossFits that only run group classes is that every time they grow, they add more expenses. So they get to 150 clients. Well, now we need a bigger space. They get a bigger space. Now they're not making as much income anymore. Well, let's get up to 200 clients. Okay, now we're back to even with income. Let's get a bigger space. We need more equipment. They just keep kicking profitability down the road. But when they apply the T-Brain model, where they're adding some higher value services just for the clients who want it, number one, they boost their net owner benefit. But number two, they actually keep these clients around longer. And you can see here it is in action. This person is running a CrossFit gym with a lot of members. They're talking to each person one-on-one every single month. And if somebody hasn't attended for a week, they're talking to them every single day until they get back. You can't do that if you're hustling and grinding and not making any money. You have to be profitable and then reinvest that profit into staff who can do this. And then that just helps you get bigger and bigger and more profitable. All right. So the next one said, we simplified our areas of focus, sticking to making our class experience better. Hey, great. Another one said, in the last 12 months, we've been seeing a lot of results with double coaching. That helps with training and the members get more coaching. Steady attendance tells us that they like this. So what's interesting here, and your top takeaway is not like, I need to double coach everybody, even though I'm losing money. It's do the basics really well, get profitable, then reinvest that profit into things like staff hours to call your clients, into things like doubling up your coaching at your busy classes. And that's how you take it to the next level. You don't start by impoverishing yourself, double coaching everybody when you can't afford it, and like hoping that's going to fix your problems. It's not. If you're lost on which step to take first, talk to a mentor. The next one said that they credit their referral funnel with bringing in most of their new clients. 80% of the new clients come from referrals. So they said we ran our fourth or fifth bring a friend event, which gives us more qualified leads. Absolutely true, but you have to do it right. Another one said we ran our first Bring a Friend Friday. Weather put a damper on the event, but we still had half our people turn out and we booked some no sweat intros. And this one, so huge, 80% of our growth comes from referrals. Listen, that doesn't happen by accident. You don't just sit around waiting for referrals and get 80% of your leads coming from referrals. If your gym has 80% of your leads coming from referrals and you're not doing anything to make that happen faster, then you're just waiting and hoping. You have to have a system for this. And that's what these gyms are talking about. There are gyms listening to this right now who are not profitable or not very profitable. And they say, well, we're doing the same thing. Like we ran a Bring a Friend event. We, 80% of our leads come from referrals. Yes, but these gyms are doing it better. They're doing it on purpose. They're doing it with intent. They're tracking the results from it. And they're saying, how can we do this even better next time? That is the difference. It's not like you're going to hear a secret tactic on this podcast. What I want you to take away is that the secret is doing it better. And if you're not sure how to do it better than what you're currently doing, that's what you need to talk to a mentor about. The next gym on the top 10 NLB leaderboard said that they focused on reviews in their content funnel for the first time. So this person said, hey, a local gym closed down and that helped us. But the boost came because we have a great reputation and social media presence. We're the only gym in town that has 150 reviews and 5 stars. We got those tactically. We knew that was very important. We ask our members, would you leave us a 5-star review? It's usually after we've given them something or they've hit a PR or they're at like a peak moment. We're so excited that we've been able to help you. Would you be able to give us a review? Now, here's the thing. Did they get lucky when the other gym closed down? I wouldn't call them lucky. Luck is where preparation meets opportunity. And they've spent years preparing for this so that when opportunity arose, they were there to capture it. It's like the train comes into the station and it's carrying the person with the $1 million ticket. Well, if you're not at the station, that $1 million ticket's going to go to somebody else. You have to be at the station every day. And that's what it means to get 150 5-star reviews. That's what it means to have great content, great social media presence. When this gym closed, probably because they didn't have those things, its members went to Google and said, where should I go next? And they all joined this gym because it was ready and waiting at the station for them. Next, another gym said, we pay a social media manager to highlight the members, showcase the diversity of the members, celebrate milestones, make the clients famous, post videos of coaches, just posting whatever comes naturally. We have no set schedule for the posting, but we do a lot. Now, that's really important. You're telling your clients stories and you're telling a compelling, sticky story that other people want to watch. So again, when they're thinking about joining a gym, leaving their gym, upgrading from their current gym to a new gym, that's the one they're going to go to. Ascension is a thing, just like retention is a thing. People might start out at another gym, But the best clients will seek the best gym. That's what best finds best means in Two Brain. If you are the best and you show that you're the best by publishing, storytelling, good media, good ads, the best will find you eventually. They should step up to you. Next, this person said that they started with just doing group classes before Two Brain. Then they started a fundamentals program. They put 60 people through it in the last 3 months, and that's been a massive boost to their NOB. The next said, the 3 owners all have personal training loads, but we now give that to our coaches. So we're moving our personal training to our coaches. We have 2 full-time coaches. One of them does some nutrition, another does some specific seminars. Hey, they're growing their NOB by increasing the salary of their coaches. That's awesome. Another said we average between 6 and 12 PT sessions for every PT client. Okay, so that's like per month. Another one said that corporate training is $600,000 a year. It started with just one client, and then 10 to 20 people joined with that corporation. And then we expanded to 5 corporate clients. So we have about 70 people doing corporate training right now. We go to them. We have 3 coaches delivering it. It's very easy. There's no attendance checking or check-ins on these people, and the programming is all the same. We've had many of them come into the gym. We're expanding that to include habits and nutrition coaching. Here's another great example. Corporate opportunities don't just fall in your lap. You have to be looking for them, and you have to be ready to scale when they do. So I guarantee you at every gym, there is somebody right now, a client, who could invite you into their place of business to do a seminar. But if you're not asking, they're not going to. And here's what that can turn into, right? You just have to be ready and looking for these opportunities. This person said, we still do group classes, but are slowly adding more semi-private. This one said for Q2, we're more focused on our semi-private. This one said we're getting smarter with special programs and getting strategic. In November, we did a really awesome healthy nutrition kickstart. And this last one said we're 50-50 PT and group, okay? I want to talk about a couple of other tactics that I briefly touched on earlier. One is annual rate increases. So this one said, we raise rates every year. We say, thank you for this amazing year. This is what we've done this year. This is what we're doing next year. And they're not talking about which equipment they're going to add or which coaches they're going to hire. They're talking about their programming, their plans, the things that they're doing that the clients will love. That's what they're talking about. It's not like you are paying $5 more and we will spend that money on new barbells. It's here's the exciting thing that we're planning in 2025. Can't wait to see you be part of it. Here's our 2025 rate. Here's another great one. This is a rule that I think I've touched on every time we've done an NOB leaderboard show, and that is pay yourself first. So this gym owner said, in 2022, we started paying ourselves first, and now I know how much money I'll be bringing home before anything else happens. I think this is very important. It's a lot of work to run a gym, and you should be compensated or you'll start to dislike it. There's cash, but the NOB number also includes our car and other things that the gym pays for. So that NOB number should include all of the benefit that you receive from the business. Look, there are tax benefits to the gym owning your vehicle, right? My gym owns my truck. There are tax benefits to the gym paying for your cell phone. Like, why not pay that with before tax money instead of paying yourself, getting taxed on it, and, just giving an extra 40% to the government before you pay your cell phone bill? Like, this is just smart financial planning, but it is included in the net owner benefit, because if their business wasn't there, they'd be paying for those things themselves. Okay. Another person said last quarter, a lot of extra cash was left over from a special event. So we finally just pulled it out and paid it to ourselves. They realized that it doesn't really make much sense to leave money in your business. Leaving money in your business is like just putting it on a platter and serving it up to the government, the bank, and your own temptation. I mean, if the money is sitting there, you're probably going to spend it. I've been in business for 20 years. I'm a pretty disciplined person when it comes to finances, but the reality is if there's an extra $1,000 in my account, I start browsing the rogue website, and you probably do too. You want to get that money out of your business for a couple reasons. Number one, if it's sitting there and you're ever sued, there's a good chance like people are going to take that money. Number two is you're going to pay taxes on it. Get it out of your business and invest it somewhere else so that you're paying a lower tax bracket. If you're in the States, your personal income taxes are lower than your corporate taxes are. This is only different in 2 or 3 states. So why not move the money to where you're going to be taxed less? Like, take it out, take it as personal income. In Canada, and in a lot of Commonwealth countries, what you want to do is take that money out and invest it through your corporation so that you're not taxed on it and it can grow tax-free until you're ready to actually start drawing it down. We talk about this stuff in the mentor program, so I'm not going to belabor the point. All right. The basics. These gym owners all agreed that focusing on ARM is more important than focusing on client headcount. Like, get your value per client up, and then every new client that you get will be worth more than the clients that you've been getting. And finally, this is my favorite quote every time: we focused on the basics and doing them better. Everything that Two Brains taught us, we've doubled in size since last year. We didn't do any paid ads. This is all organic. Congratulations. Whether you do paid ads or not, I'm glad that the Two Brain model is working for you and actually doing the things that improve your life, because, as a gym owner, and this goes for everybody listening, you deserve it. You're sacrificing time from your family. You're sacrificing a stable career. You're taking risks. You are serving other people. You're giving them all your energy, no matter what's happening in your own life, no matter how bad a day you're having. You are forcing a smile and giving people like the best time that they're ever going to have. You're changing their lives long term. Even when they don't feel like it, you feel like it for them. You're calling them when they're not showing up. Like, you're really taking charge of their health on their behalf. You deserve to be successful at this. My selfish reason is that if you're successful, you'll stay in the business and help more people longer. But the reality is here that nobody deserves to be more successful than gym owners. It's not just like something that you learn and you're done with it, like getting a medical degree. Once you've learned the basics, like you can be a doctor and pay off your loans for the next 40 years. Coaches have to keep learning. Coaches have to keep putting up. We can't have bad bedside manner for one day. Like, you have to work hard every day. You should be compensated for it. And not only are we dragging, individual gym owners' income up to what they actually deserve, we're pulling the whole industry along with us. And it's these podcasts, these leaderboards, these YouTube videos that are doing that. We've taken the industry net owner benefit average from under $32,000 a year to, in Two Brain gyms, over $50,000. And these leaders show you like that number can be over $200,000 or even $300,000 a year. So thank you to our leaders for leading the way, being the model for the rest of us to copy. Thank you to the listeners and everybody that subscribes to this podcast. Thank you to everybody in gymownersunited.com, the 10,000 gym owners who are in there contributing and sharing and caring about each other all the time. And thank you to the mentors at Two Brain who are really, holding up the torches that are leading people along the path to this level of success. This is unprecedented in the fitness industry. It's taken a lot of work by everybody, but I'm so grateful that the entire industry is changing now because of this work.